Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Back at it again. Listen, I'm excited about this one today. Let me tell you why. It is another sip and smoke. You guys know I like to sip and smoke, man. I like to just chill. But today's a unique one, man. You guys have heard of the Elijah Craig small batch. And don't get it twisted. The Elijah Craig small batch is a winner. It gets the job done. Like, don't knock it and assume that it's just something that you shouldn't even care about and this, that, and the third. I like this stuff. Stuff's real good. But I finally got my phalanges on Elijah Craig barrel proof. So let's just do a quick comparison, shall we? The Elijah Craig small batch, right? Very, very good stuff. It is my go-to keep me busy type of bottle. I grab it when I'm in a pinch. But there is some things to compare and contrast with the two. I mean, look at it. First of all, the small batch, 94 proof. The barrel proof, 136 proof. 136 proof. Let's just think about that. 136 proof. Meaning this thing came out of one barrel. It's uncut. It's straight from the barrel. That's crazy. That means that for the remainder of the day, I'm not going anywhere. So I thought, since I'm not going anywhere anyway, might as well enjoy it with you guys. I also got this Big Bird from Privada Cigar Club. You guys may have just seen my recent unboxing of the Privada Cigar Club. The Big Bird is something that seems to be really interesting. It seemed to be an interesting smoke. I've been excited to kind of dig into it since I got the box. The Big Bird itself, I'm gonna give you some specs about the Big Bird. Obviously give you some specs about the Elijah Craig. We're here, we're doing a sip and see. You guys already know. Now, the crazy thing about this Big Bird, man, I'm not even gonna pretend like I know everything about this bad boy. I know that it has a musky, a cedar, you know, it has that true cigar flavor to it that is just apparently supposed to be highly desirable. So I thought to myself, man, I got the Big Bird. You know what I'm saying? I got my A&W root beer as a back because I just feel like this Elijah Craig barrel proof is definitely going to need a back, like a true back for a drink, which, you know, I don't even want to accidentally knock this off the table. We're going to move you to my right, sir. To my right, your left. For those of you that are coming back, man, welcome back. I appreciate you guys coming back. If you're coming from my other channel, hello, what is up? I'm so glad to see members of the battalion in this mug. And we're here, we're enjoying ourselves. We're still rocking my absolute favorite cigar cutter. We got that good old Benchmade cigar cutter. I don't know what the hell it's made of. I just know that it looks cool. It's a great talking piece. I use this thing all the time. Nobody else has it. This is what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go with the traditional $14 torch from Amazon. Gets the job done. Nothing super crazy about this thing. I did get it in this rose gold color. I did that on purpose, man. I feel like everybody in their man cave, they're always man caving stuff out. And the banding on this Big Bird, it's pretty unique, man. I'm going to do a cold draw. See what we get. Wow. The cold draw, sometimes with my flavor profiles with cigars, it's hard for me sometimes to like nail stuff. That definitely has cedar. That definitely has a cedar taste. I don't know what type of smoke is going to produce all that good stuff. Can you hear the plastic, that first opening plastic? You like that? Oh, god damn. Okay. First, I just want to thank my mom for giving me the ability to have this drink today. Without her, none of this would be possible. But anyway, man, let me just jump on this thing, man. This is the type of drink that I think I'm just gonna kind of be careful about at first. I just don't want to go too hard, man. I got things to do. I got family that's expecting me to be able to come. Nice, healthy pour, right? So I didn't I didn't kind of just skip out on the pour itself. Wow. Okay. That, I didn't let it breathe. I will say that. I opened it, I poured it, I'm drinking it. Wow. That is some heavy stuff. We're just gonna, maybe we can just, I'll try to help it breathe a little bit, because this stuff here, man. Whew. All right. That will put hair on your chest. If you're ever Googling stuff like things to put hair on chest, that is the one. That's going to put some hair on your chest. Man, that stuff hitting. Wow. That stuff is hitting today. I'm not going to lie to you. I almost want to get the cigar lit to try to help down the bourbon, calm the bourbon down a little bit. I see why that stuff is so highly sought after. It is just so, I mean, for it to be so strong, it still goes down really, really smooth. Let's get this bad boy fully lit. Man, this draw. Okay, maybe it'll get better in the second third and the third. You know, I like to sit with you guys for the first third. I'm not going to put you through the torture of the whole cigar. But this first few puffs, the draw is really, really struggling. I have a fan to my right that you can't see. You might be able to hear it in the microphone. But, like, I'm telling you, it's not producing that much smoke. This actually might be one where I use a divot tool, which is rare. I don't really use that very often. Let me go grab it. I mean, I got my divot tool here. I don't use this too often, but the tool itself kind of has these two little divots. This, I like to use this if I want to grab a cigar. So I'm almost at the end of a cigar and it's almost to the point where it's about to burn my fingertips. I can take this tool, kind of use it to poke in there and just smoke this to the, make it good to the last drop. And so I kind of like that. Also like it because I can take off the other half of the tool. So you seen the little spikes. So I take that, I can set it flat on a surface like this and I have it spiked up, boom. And I have the ability to set the cigar wherever I want. But that's not what I want the tool for. It's a double-sided tool. So the other half of this tool, we look here, has this divot tool. This little divot tool is kind of going to help me just get a little bit deeper. See that divot tool right there in my middle finger? Kind of had to cover it up a little bit, but so that divot tool is going to allow for me to kind of get into the cigar. I'm not going to use it yet. Let me just see how it goes. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to go ahead and just use this now because it's not enjoyable as it stands. Hopefully that makes it a little better. Instantly, big pluming clouds of smoke. It's already better after using that tool. Wish I didn't have to use that tool, but you know, it does have a really good taste to it. So that cold draw cedar definitely transfers into the actual stick itself upon first light. It does have muskiness, absolutely no pepper to it, which is okay. Right now, it's kind of like early evening for me. I will be okay with a little bit of pepperiness. This is a Privada Cigar Club exclusive, I believe. I don't think you can buy this anywhere. Maybe I'm wrong. This might be released to some of his limited clubs around. We skip ahead a little bit, man. We about 8-9 minutes into the cigar. The smoke output really isn't there. I will say that. The burn is a little off as well. I think I got a pretty good light initially when I got this thing lit, and it's not having the best burn so far. The smoke output I wish was a little bit more. I'm not going to do a 5-minute test with this thing. You know, you guys, you know, I got that little 5-minute test I like to do with cigars. I'm out here working on something, got a woodworking project going on, whatever. And I just need to know, is this going to be a stick I can put down for 5 minutes, pick back up? I don't think so. just feel like this is not going to be one of those cigars. Even with the divot tool, it's just not hitting it for me. But let's see what the Elijah Craig, good old barrel proof here says about it. Third swig, it does get a little easier with that third swig. This is the type of bottle I'm definitely going to keep on hand. I know this is only my first glass from the first bottle I've had, but I can already feel it. Like, it just feels really good going down. I can feel like this is a type of bottle I can purchase, keep on standby, have 1 or 2 glasses, and I'm good for the night. Whereas its little brother here, right, the 94 proof, it's not a horrible bottle of bourbon, but you know, I can definitely get down like 5 or 6 of these and still be longing for more. That's not the case seemingly with this barrel proof. I mean, it is heavy. Now, I just took that swig and I purposely did not take my root beer back, and I wanted to just see how it lingers in the throat. It is definitely there. Shout out to Arctic for these little koozies, little can koozies, man. I literally put this can in this koozie probably an hour ago. I just got done filming a video from my other channel about the ACW Tactical MacGyver bag. Make sure you guys check this out. I'll link it up below. It's a nice bag I keep in my wife's vehicle. But I put this root beer can in that koozie probably an hour ago, and it's still cold. Feel like I just grabbed it out the fridge. It's probably like 88 degrees in my garage, hence why there's a fan blowing at me right now, and this koozie's getting the job done. I definitely fucking check out Arctic, man. They a little bit cheaper than Yeti, and I think their stuff works just as good. So it's been about 3 minutes, right? I put this stick down and ran my mouth, had a swig of the bourbon, ran my mouth for a little bit. Let's just see. Smoke output gets a little bit better when you let it sit a second. I'm starting to kind of work my way out of that first third, almost moving into the second third. And it's not, let's just put it like this. So far, I'm glad it came in my Privada Cigar Club box. Don't know if I would have ran out and bought this yet. You know, the band is cool. Obviously, nostalgia with Sesame Street and Big Bird and all that good stuff. You know, it kind of goes with their half cookie they had a couple of months ago, or maybe it was last month with Cookie Monster. But I enjoy the flavor of the cedar. I'm enjoying the musk that I'm getting out of it, but I don't enjoy this smoke. Brian, help me, man. What am I doing wrong, man? Another thing I'll say is that when I do get smoke, I prefer to kind of get that big old plumes, big old puffing plumes of smoke. And this here is not necessarily doing that for me. It kind of reminds me of eating fruit, right? Imagine fruit, mostly water, but it still has a little bit of texture to it. That's what this smoke reminds me of. It's not really as smooth as some other cigars. I will give them a nice A so far for ash buildup. I mean, this thing is building up some ash. I'm moving it around. I'm giving you different camera angles. I'm giving you different shots. There's a fan blowing against this ash right now, and it's still staying on the cigar. And so I think that's helping produce some of the flavors. So I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. All right, so I will say this. For me, most of the time when I smoke a cigar, my mind is made up in the first third. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way through this thing. I'm going to get into the second third and the third and all that good stuff. But will I buy a box of 20 of these as it stands right now in this first third? No, I won't be buying a box of 20 of these, box of 10, you know, one for $9, whatever they are. But will I be buying more of this bad boy here with more of the Elijah Craig barrel proof get purchased again? More of that good old Elijah. Just check that out, man. 136 proof, 68.4% alcohol by volume, and it also has the batch number C919. This stuff is definitely getting the job done. So specifically about this bottle, it's 12 years old, non-chilled, filtered, distilled and bottled by the Elijah Craig Distillery Company in Bardstown, Kentucky. Now, here's the thing about bourbon. So to be a bourbon, you have to be aged at least 1 year. You have to be, it has to be aged in an oak barrel, and it also has to be bottled here in the United States. Other than that, there's a lot of different ways where you can still count as a bourbon, but be a little, not deceptive, but you got to be wise to it. So this label says distilled and bottled by the Elijah Craig Distillery Company. There will be some bottles that will say bottled by such and such company, meaning that it was distilled elsewhere and they may add their own finishing barrel to something. So for instance, I have a bottle of, this is called 9 Banded. So 9 Banded bourbon. This is a bourbon. It's actually really good. It's an Austin, Texas bourbon, according to the label. 90 proof. I like it. I drink it. It's wheated bourbon. Okay. So 9 Band bourbon. Now let's read this carefully. This says aged at least 2 years. They're saying aged at least 2 years. That's your first indicator that they didn't have direct control of the aging process. Elijah Craig clearly said 12 years old, non-chilled filter. There no qualms about it. They controlled all of that. Whereas this 9 Banded, right, aged at least 2 years, distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And let's see, bottled in Austin, Texas. What does that mean? Straight bourbon whiskey crafted from a unique blend of wheat, corn, malted barley, so forth and so on, with limestone filtered water from the Texas Hill Country. So what they did is they finished this bottle of bourbon in Texas in their own barrels. You know, I don't knock it. I drink it all the time. Matter of fact, I was drinking this last night. But I will say that just be cautious and think about the amount of money you're willing to pay for a bourbon that's like that. Look at the color, right? So we look at the 9 Banded. Am I right? It's obviously a 90 proof. It's been through a couple barrels. Whereas you look at this Elijah Craig, it came from 1 barrel. So, you know, would I be willing to pay $19.99, $25, maybe $30 for this? I like the way it tastes. It falls apart in a mixed drink. I normally drink my bourbons neat, but this Elijah Craig might be the type of bourbon I might mix with some Coke. It's not going to fall apart in some Coke. This shit right here, don't even waste your time. So be cautious of stuff like that. Now it's truly been about a 5-minute test. Come through, Big Bird. Come through, man. Okay. Come on through, Big Bird. 5-minute test passed. I just ran my suck for at least 5 minutes talking about those two damn differences of bourbons and all the other shit. And this thing not only maintained a light, but it still produced the amount of smoke that I was hoping that it would be able to produce. Definitely was still able to produce that. I just finally lost the ash. I set it down in my ashtray, lost that ash finally to just a gentle set down of the cigar itself. But I will give them that, man. I'm going to transition to the second third of this cigar and definitely a little bit of root beer back because the bourbon itself is no joke itself. Listen, one thing I want to talk about from my main channel, those that watch my other channel, I appreciate that. We just crossed 5,000 subscribers. I don't talk about that shit on my main channel because you know what? Who cares? You're there to get meat and potatoes about man caves, survival stuff, tools. You know what I'm saying? You're not there to toot my own horn, but on this channel, I can talk to you about, man, I'm proud of that, man. We started this journey in September of 2020, and my goal is to put out information that might be useful to people, stuff that they can use, they can take it and just make it happen. So, I crossed 5,000. I told my wife, I said, man, I just crossed 5,000 subs on YouTube. It's feeling real good. First thing I heard mouth, oh, does that mean you start making paychecks? I'm like, come on now. I'm like, start? Man, I started making money on YouTube 4,000 subscribers ago. That's how much you don't pay attention. But that means I can take the money I make from those, those first advertising revenue and reinvest it into my YouTube channel, man. That's when you see me upgrading microphones, getting better lighting, buying new cameras, just different things to make life a little bit better. My goal is for my channel to be a little bit different from the different man cave channels and prepper channels that you see. A lot of those can get a little dry. It can be a little boring. And it's usually just a bunch of dudes busting open survival packs or man cave stuff or tools they've never used and never intend to use and trying to get you to watch the video. The stuff that I have is shit that's actually deployed into my life. This emergency bag is going to be kept in my closet. This emergency kit is kept in my trunk. This is something I really use from day to day. And the fact is, I want to be able to just have that type of clout where, when I show you something, it is something I'm really using. I literally have turned down products for my main channel because I just felt like it's not something that my viewers wanted to see. Refrigerators and stuff like that. Like, we'll turn that stuff down in a heartbeat because it needs to be something that the people are actually interested in seeing and all that good stuff. So we make that happen all the time. If you like this video, man, so far, make sure you hit that like button below. Hit the subscribe button. We like doing this on this channel. Every month I'm going to open up the Provada Cigar Club and show you what I got. Boom. Smoking one right now. We also want to do sip and see. Takes me a while to get my hand on some of this shit. So why not let you know my thoughts on these bottles while we're at it? Hey, man, but I appreciate y'all coming out again. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. And if you're interested in this type of stuff, man, click here. I'm going to put a video up with some unboxings. You can watch those till you pass out. Also, click right here. You can go check out my other channel. Watch out some man cave stuff, survival stuff. In the meantime, thanks for coming back. We'll speak soon.